Have you ever felt like you're drifting away from those who once felt so close to you? Not because of an argument, not because of any wrongdoing, but because something deep within you has changed. You're not the same person anymore. And if you're watching this, you've probably felt this shift since your spiritual awakening, like an invisible distance growing between you and others. It might confuse or even scare you. You might wonder, why do I feel so distant all of a sudden? Why don't I want to connect the way I used to? You are not alone. You see, awakening isn't just about opening your eyes. It's about awakening your energy. And once that happens, everything around you feels different. The conversations you used to enjoy, they now seem shallow, lacking depth. The people you once called friends, you still care for them, but being in their presence can feel draining. It's like you're in the same space, but on a different frequency. And this shift can leave you feeling like an outsider in your own life. But here's a truth that few will tell you. This detachment is not a rejection, it's a redirection. Spiritual awakening brings clarity, a crystal clear awareness. You begin to see the patterns, the toxic cycles, and the habits that others stay stuck in. Your sensitivity grows. You begin to feel the intentions behind people's words, the vibrations they emit. And without trying, your soul steps back, not out of pride or superiority, but because it craves something more: peace, truth, stillness. These are divine qualities that resonate deeply with the essence of who you are. However, many may not understand this or be ready to provide it. Spiritual detachment is not about abandoning love for others. It's about stopping the struggle to maintain connections that no longer serve your inner peace. It means no longer participating in gossip, small talk, or pretending to fit in just to make others comfortable. This is not coldness. It's clarity. Once you've tasted true peace, you cannot return to the distractions that disrupt it. Think about it. How many times have you walked away from a conversation feeling drained, as if your energy had been stolen? That's no coincidence. It's your soul's way of telling you that this is no longer aligned with who you are. And it takes courage to honor that inner wisdom. It takes courage to walk away, not out of hate, but out of love for yourself. This is a critical point. You're not running away from people, you're returning to yourself. Spiritual detachment doesn't equal loneliness. It's the opposite of isolation. It's integration. You're not avoiding others, you're aligning with your truth. You're learning to sit in silence and feel complete. You're rediscovering who you are without the noise, without the pressure, without the need to please. As you embark on this path, you begin to realize that not all connections are meant to last forever. Some were meant only to teach you, to awaken you, or to reflect back who you no longer are. And when you gain this understanding, letting go no longer feels like loss, it feels like liberation. You can still love others from a distance, wishing them well, without needing to be in their presence. That's the beauty of detachment. You maintain love but release the need for validation from everyone. You no longer seek to be needed, seen, or accepted by all. I understand this shift can feel heavy at first. You might look around and feel misunderstood, like no one truly gets you anymore. You might question if something is wrong with you. But let me assure you, you are not broken. You are becoming whole. You are shedding layers that were never truly yours. The more you trust this process, the more peace you will find. Yes, some will call you distant. Some will claim that you've changed. And that's okay. You're not here to remain the same. You're here to evolve. This journey is about moving from external validation to internal alignment. Before your awakening, you probably gave your energy away freely, helping everyone, saying yes to everything, trying to please others. But after awakening, you begin to ask yourself, is this truly nourishing my soul? And more often than not, the answer is no. And so you stop. You stop showing up just to keep appearances. You stop explaining yourself to those who aren't ready to understand. You stop engaging in things that pull you out of alignment. This isn't selfish. It's sacred self-respect. As you continue on this journey, something beautiful begins to unfold. You start attracting new kinds of people, people who speak your language, who understand your silence, who honor your boundaries. These people feel like home, but without needing to be entertained or constantly validated. However, these connections don't come immediately. First, the universe clears the space for them. It removes the distractions, the noise. So, if you're in that in-between phase right now, where you feel as though you're in the middle of nowhere, understand that this is the sacred pause. This is the soul reset. This is where you learn to be with yourself without needing someone else to fill the void. And once you get comfortable with this stillness, you will never settle for anything less than peace again. You will no longer force connections. You'll recognize the difference between someone who adds peace and someone who takes it away. But let's be real, spiritual detachment isn't always glamorous. It doesn't mean you're always meditating under a tree. Sometimes it means grieving the old version of yourself, the one who didn't see or feel as much. Sometimes it means mourning the friendships that fell apart without closure. It may even mean being judged by those closest to you. But even in the pain, there is power. This journey, as difficult as it may seem at times, is divine in nature. It's your soul's calling to rise, to become more than you once were, to align fully with your truth. Every time you choose your truth over comfort, your soul grows stronger. Each time you say no to what drains you, you're saying yes to what nurtures and heals you. This is the hidden gift of spiritual awakening. You begin to live for truth, not for approval. You start to follow your soul, not the pressures of society. You choose peace over popularity, and that shift changes everything. You may even notice that you no longer reach out just to keep connections alive. You stop checking in on people who never take the time to check in on you. You stop explaining your journey to those who long for the old you, the version of yourself you've outgrown. And that's not being rude. That's being real. Spiritual detachment teaches us that not every battle is worth fighting, and not every conversation needs closure. Not every person deserves access to your energy. Some people were only meant to be part of your story for a chapter, not the entire book. When their time is up, the energy between you shifts. The universe, in its divine wisdom, begins to pull you in a new direction. If you resist this pull, you may suffer. But if you trust in it, you will evolve. So if you've been feeling distant lately, if you found yourself spending more time alone, or if your circle has gotten smaller, do not panic. You are not falling apart. You are falling into alignment. You are not losing people. You are finding yourself. And once you reconnect with your true essence, you will no longer settle for shallow connections or half-hearted efforts. This kind of detachment is not coldness. It is clarity. It's not about building walls to isolate yourself. It's about knowing who is worthy of your energy and presence. It's not about judging others. It's about protecting your inner peace, which is a sacred gift from the divine. You're not better than anyone else. You're simply choosing to be better to yourself. And that is the essence of spiritual detachment. It's not about escaping the world. It's about choosing the right energy to walk through it with. It's about choosing the soul's truth over superficial noise, depth over drama, and authenticity over appearances. If you're watching this and nodding, feeling like I just described your journey, take a deep breath. You are on the right path. You're not crazy. You're not too sensitive. You're not antisocial. You are awakening. And sometimes, awakening requires us to step away, to retreat into silence for a while. But when you return, you will come back clearer, stronger, and more aligned with your true self. Stay true to your path, even if it means walking alone for a time. Because on the other side of this solitude is a life that feels real, relationships that feel aligned, moments that feel meaningful. And in the end, isn't that what we're all searching for? So the next time someone asks why you've changed, simply smile. Because deep down, you know that you didn't detach to distance yourself from others, you detached to come home to your soul. And that, dear one, is the most powerful connection you will ever experience. If this message resonated with your soul, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with someone who may need this reminder today. Remember, you are not alone on this journey. You are simply ahead of the curve. Keep moving forward, because when you no longer need to chase the right energy, it will find you.